These politicians, they want you to be nice and civil with them. Be civil and polite. And then when you die, they tell your family members to be nice and civil. And then the cycle repeats itself.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice. Baked chicken with the skin on. Yeah, Lowry's with black pepper. I'm fully seasoned with that.
What's good, 100%ers? It's your boy Dre, and welcome to my channel. Keep it 100, Dre. So today what I want to talk about is the life expectancy in the poorest counties in the United States. They're lower than the life expectancy in many third world countries. Take a look at this chart. So as you can see in those charts, the US as a whole is ranked 40 in the entire world in life expectancy. And the poorest counties in the US, they're ranked extremely low. Below that, it's right in the middle of Tanzania and Uganda. That's incredibly sad because those are third world countries. And the US is the richest country in the history of the world. We have so much money that we have over 1,000 military bases across the entire globe. We're so rich that the increase in the military spending the last time around that was voted on, it's more than the entire Russian military. We have a jet, I forget the name of the jet, I believe it's the F-32 jet that failed many times. The cost of that jet costs more than the entire Russian and China militaries combined. Just the cost of a failed jet. We have so much money, we drop under Obama 26,000 bombs a year on brown countries overseas. And then when Donald Trump came in office, he multiplied that times 4, so he shattered Obama's record. That's how much money we have. We have so much money that we gave trillions of dollars to corporations during the economic crisis because of the COVID pandemic, rather than give any money to the people. And the people are behind on rent, behind on utilities, getting evicted from their home. They're struggling. That's how much money we have. And we have counties in the United States that's worse off than third world countries. And the United States itself is extremely low, especially considering the resources that we have. So I spoke to someone, it might have been today or the day, not today, it might have been yesterday or the day before, about how we was talking about the healthcare system, and she was telling me how, I'm gonna mess up the story because I don't remember it exactly, but she's watching something about healthcare and how in some places, like people die simply because they lack the resources, the healthcare resources. But then in other places, similar to here, they die because they can't afford proper healthcare. And that happens, 33,000 people a year on average die in the United States because they lack proper access to healthcare, despite us being the richest country in the history of the world. Every other developed nation on earth, only 2 nations on earth, don't have universal healthcare. I believe it's Papua New Guinea and maybe somewhere in Russia, and then it's the United States. Every other place has some form of Medicare for all. But the US doesn't, because everything's driven on profits. There's no reason why the United States should have counties that's as poor as some of the poorest places in the world, one of the richest country that ever existed. The people of Flint still don't have running water. There's places in the Bronx that have much higher lead levels in their water than Flint. I said Flint don't have running water? My bad. They have completely disgusting contaminated water, contaminated with lead. And then there's a town in Texas in the United States that has never had running water in its 142-year history, which I'm doing a story on very shortly. And of course, they're a majority black town, almost exclusively black. They've never had running water in their entire history. The water is imported. They have to buy water and bring to the town. And then all the towns surrounding that tiny town, they all have water. That's what we deal with in the US because of corruption. And here's the thing. Right now, we're experiencing a global pandemic. The United States have by far the most deaths in the world, the highest death rates. New York has the most deaths overall because Cuomo handled it terribly. But that's a different story. So because we're experiencing a global pandemic and it's an emergency, in Medicare, there's a provision that if there's an emergency, the president is allowed to expand Medicare to everyone and have a Medicare for all system. But Joe Biden doesn't want to do that because he never wanted to do that. He said if Medicare for all came to a vote on his desk, he's going to veto it. He's going to shoot it down. He doesn't care about getting people health care, just like Donald Trump did, just like Obama did, just like George Bush did, and Bill Clinton, and the presidents before. They don't care about you. I need you to understand that. And here's the thing that I need you to understand as well, right? These politicians, they want you to be nice and civil with them. Be civil and polite. And then when you die, they tell your family members to be nice and civil. And then the cycle repeats itself. That's what always happens. They tell you to be nice and civil, so they don't have to do anything. You're not supposed to be nice and civil to politicians. You're not supposed to kiss their behinds. You're supposed to hold their feet to the fire and hold them accountable. You should be out there protesting. Tell them to do their damn job. Get the people Medicare for all. But unfortunately, we have so many bootlickers. A lot of them are liberals, and some of them call themselves progressives, but they're all bootlickers that's kissing Joe Biden's behind because he's not Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump is obviously terrible, but Joe Biden's terrible as well. Obama is also terrible. George Bush was terrible. Bill Clinton was terrible. Every single president in my lifetime has been terrible. And then obviously before, Ronald Reagan was terrible. Richard Nixon was terrible. And we can continue going. But people don't want to hold these politicians accountable because they're afraid of the other side. If 33,000 people are going to die either way because they lack health care, it might be you one day, it might be one of your family members. Why are you afraid of the other side? Both sides are killing you. Stop being afraid and listening to the stupid mainstream media and saying, oh, we have to vote this guy because he's electable, when he's going to do nothing for you. Joe Biden's going to do absolutely nothing for you. Kamala Harris is going to do nothing for you. She doesn't care. She used to be a cop. She used to be the top cop in California as an attorney general, and she threw many poor brown people into prison for smoking weed while allowing Steve Mnuchin to go free, who illegally evicted many brown and elderly people because he donated to her campaign. That's the corruption I'm talking about. It's complete garbage. They're all one single team. They're two sides of the same coin. And you're not part of that team. You may be a fan, but when that team wins, you don't. Just like in real life, when the team wins, you don't really get anything. But except when you vote these Democrats, these Republicans, these trash politicians into office, it actually hurts you. It hurts you. If your favorite basketball team wins, it doesn't hurt you. If they lose, it doesn't hurt you. It might hurt you, your pride a little bit, but it doesn't do any actual damage. These politicians being complete corrupt garbage, controlled opposition, that actually hurts you. So, because of the corruption in the system, we have counties here in the US that has a lower life expectancy than some of the poorest countries in the entire world, despite us being the richest country that ever existed. And we accept that. It's complete garbage, complete foolishness, complete nonsense. So that's all I gotta say for today. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications so you know when I post a video. So before this video ends, I'm gonna leave you with one more thing, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day for today is corruption. Corruption is spelled CORRUPTION. The definition of corruption is dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery. So now I will attempt to use corruption in a sentence. The complete corruption in the system by both Democrats and Republicans is the reason why your lives will never improve. Hopefully I use that sentence correctly. So again, if you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications so you see when you post. Turn on the post notifications so you see when I post videos. Now I'm talking properly again. And use corruption in the comment section below in a sentence so I know you watch the video to the end. So again, I appreciate you for watching the video. 100% this. Peace.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really that ain't accurate, cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.